Yo, what's going on, guys? This video, I'm just gonna break down how to play raze properly. Like, so in comp, on how to use her utility, when to use her utility, and whatnot. So, starting off, raze has 4 pieces of utility. Her grenade, her satchels, and her boombot. So each one of these pieces of utility can be used differently. Let's start off with the boombot. The boombot itself is basically, just think of it like a Sova drone that can clear angles just like that. But some people forget that the satchel could also be used to make the boombot go higher and over railings, such as this right here. Say, for example, if I know somebody's down here, but I don't really have anything to kill them, I can just kind of do this, and boom. My boombot can go and attack them from here. The boombot is mainly used to clear corners. So say, for example, if I'm trying to, clear this angle, I just kind of put that here, swing off of it, clear this corner, then I can take more space using my boombot to follow along. To use it to genuinely attack people, so say if I know somebody's in here, say if there's somebody right there and I know they're there, I could kind of boombot here. Once it detects them, I swing off the boombot. So they have to focus on 2 pieces of distraction. So either the boombot comes up and explodes in their face, or I go and one-tap them before that happens, The grenade is mainly used to either 1, stop a push, 2, take somebody maybe away from a corner. So say if I know someone's hiding in this corner, maybe just throw a grenade, I spray knowing they're gonna have to either run out of that corner or die to the nade. Another thing you could do with raze's nade is combine it with other pieces of utility. So say, for example, if you have like a deadlock, for example, you could just ask deadlock to combine both your net and grenade into that corner and throw the nade and throw the net, so the person is crouched and can't go anywhere and has to die to the nade. The next part is like, say if I wanted to stop a push. Say if I know people are coming A main right here, I just ask a teammate to smoke it. I can kind of throw a grenade and maybe either reposition to a better spot to kind of stop the push, delay them from coming in, and kind of wait for, help from my team. Last, I wanted to break down the satchels. These are the most complicated part of raze's kit. So the basic gist for the satchels is the closer you are to the satchel, the higher up you go. The further you are from the satchel, the further you go. So what that means is, say if I put a satchel down and I stand right on top of it, I go straight up, right? But if I put a satchel down and stand in front of it and then detonate it, I go forward. So using those 2 fundamentals and also combining it with jumping allows you to get great amount of distances, all right? So say, for example, if I wanted to get into market right here, I could kind of just put a satchel down, distance, and now I'm in market. But there are other uses you could do for the satchels. So say, for example, if I know somebody's holding this market angle and I want to swing them, I can put a satchel on the wall, and when I'm ready, swing and use my satchels to push me back, sort of like a jet dash. So let me show you that again. Satchel down, swing, satchel back. You could also use it to peek said person. So say if, again, someone's holding this market angle, I can put a satchel on the wall, swing with the satchel to give me more speed. So it's like a Ferrari peak. Let me show you it again. Swing. I get more distance because of the satchel, and they're not ready. So if someone's holding this angle, they're going to hold it maybe at like this distance. They're not expecting you to swing this wide. Does that make sense? Another fundamental on how to use the satchels. Say if I wanted to get on top of this gray box right here. So how I would do it personally, I would put a satchel here. So I would put the first satchel here, I would jump, and once I'm at about maybe this range, I would pop that first satchel to get the distance to get to that box. And then mid-air, during that flying phase, I'm going to throw a second satchel and pop it almost immediately to give me the height that I need to get up there. So to break it down, first satchel, I jump, boom, boom. Now I'm up here. Let me show it again. So again, satchel here, then jump, detonate it when your character is about there, and the second satchel, while you're like in this general area, throw a second satchel and pop it immediately to get the height to get up here. So
satchel out. Satchel out.
Another thing is people don't realize you can kind of control the direction while you're in the air. So say if I want to make a turn into tiles right here,
Satchel out.
put a satchel, I can kind of change the direction with my mouse and also my keys. So if I want to go left, again, just hit A and you'll go left. If I want to go right, hit D, you go right. So you can change direction while satcheling as well.
Satchel out.
So
Satchel out.
up, I can kind of control where I land while I'm in the air. So I can dictate if I wanted to land here or land here. Another thing you can do with satchels are, say for example, you have the bomb
There.
planted here and you want to play time. And you know there's somebody about to defuse the bomb and you hear that first initial tap. What you could do is throw a satchel, and when you detonate that satchel, it will push them off the defuse. So this could also stall time for, say, if you're in a post-plant scenario, you know they're defusing the bomb, you kind of just throw a satchel, pop it, it messes up their movement and they're not standing still anymore. You can swing off that, you can make him get off the bomb, or you could just kind of use both of them to just keep delaying him that defuse. Another thing you could do is, say for example, if you know there's people pushing like a general lane, you can kind of throw a satchel and kind of delay them. They'll delay them so your team can come over to help you. Last, I wanted to show you how to use the raze rocket. If you guys notice when you pull out the raze rocket, there's a pull-out animation before you could actually shoot the rocket. So let me show you. I pull out the rocket, I'm trying to shoot, but it doesn't shoot instantly. So there is a way to cancel that. In order for the rocket to be canceled, after the rocket starts its animation, you need to throw a satchel. So rocket, throw a satchel, it cancels the animation, as you can see. Let me show you it again. Rocket, satchel,
My ult's ready.
it cancels the animation. But there's more you can do. You can also combine it. So, satchel, rocket, satchel, and then I can get the distance with my rocket to, you know, shoot people with it. How it works is you want to throw a satchel. You want to throw a satchel. Then, as you jump and detonate that first satchel, pop the rocket mid-air. And while the rocket is in its animation, throw your second satchel and pop that satchel. And that will then cancel the animation so you could shoot the rocket like while in the air and while like getting great amount of distances. Like so.
My ult's ready.
Let me show you it again. So again, satchel, jump, rocket, satchel, and then you throw a second satchel, and while in the air with that second satchel, it cancels the animation, and then you can shoot the rocket. There's two basic ways on how to use the raze rocket. The first one is to either, if you need a first blood, like say if your team is about to hit overtime and you need to get that first initial pick, and you know where somebody is, say if I know somebody's here, rocket, boom, instant first blood for your team, instant. Or second, you could, if you know there's a bunch of people on site, you can kind of do the double rocket animation and clear all of sight with it.
My ult's ready.
This will give you so much space and open up a lot of opportunities for your team to either take more space, either maybe open up a lane for your team, just something along the lines of that. As a raze main, you're typically going to be pretty aggressive with her because of all her utility. It's mostly damage utility. Like the nade, the boombot, the rocket, it's pretty much just damage utility. So you are going to be pretty much in people's faces majority of the time. But that doesn't mean you want to just fly in at every given moment. If you want to entry with raze, you want to make sure you have utility. You want to make sure you have your smokes.
Satchel out.
And you can also take that space depending on what it is that you need to do. Well, there you go, guys. That's all the tips and tricks I can give you right now on raze. If you need more tips and tricks on maybe how to use raze better in-game or maybe how to use a different duelist, comment down below which duelist you want. I can show you more tips. And like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.